Thursday during class, we talked about our properties of logarithms, and there's three properties. We have a product property, quotient property, and a power property. And what these properties let us do is they let us to expand one log term into several pieces, or take several log terms and condense them down to one log term. This will be a very helpful skill to be able to do when it comes to solving. When you're expanding, what you need to do is look at these properties and figure out where the breaks are going to be. The product property states if you have log base b of a multiplication problem, you can break that into two separate pieces, log base b of m plus log base b of n. If it's a division problem, a log of a division over a quotient, that can be broken into two log terms using subtraction. And if it's a log base of a power, the exponent will come to the front and it becomes a multiplication problem. These are very similar to our exponent rules. When it's a multiplication problem, you add your exponents. When it's a division problem, you subtract your exponents. And when it's power to a power, you multiply your exponents. This is what those properties look like in terms of logarithms. So when you're expanding, the one thing you need to remember is even though you're breaking into pieces, the log and its base will always stay the same. So if you look at this one, it says log of 3x to the fourth. Well, the easiest way to do it, I think, is to first take care of any division, separate that with subtraction. Then separate any multiplication with addition, and then look for any exponents. Take care of those with multiplication. So if I look at this one, there is no division, so I'll skip step 1. There's multiplication right there, 3 times x to the fourth. So that's where I'm going to split it with addition. So I would first write this as log of 3 plus log of x to the fourth. Then I would look through and say, do I have any exponents? Well, I have an exponent here, so using the product or the power property, that will come to the front. And my final expanded answer is log of 3 plus 4 times the log of x. Okay, now keep in mind, we are not solving anything, we are rewriting. This and this really represent the same value. This is the condensed version, this is the expanded version. We're just rewriting. Okay? If you look at example B, we'll skip example B, it's very similar. Let's go down to example C. Now first of all, there's a typo here. That is supposed to be, let's just rewrite it, log base 6 of 5x to the third y. Sorry, the 6 was the base value. Okay? So the first thing I would look for, do I see any division? Yes, I have division there. So that is where I'm going to split this problem into two pieces using subtraction. Then I look for any multiplication. Well, I have multiplication right here, so I'm going to split that front term into two more pieces using addition. And then lastly, I look for any exponents. Those need to come to the front. And so my final expanded answer will be this. Now, we'll probably use condensing more often than we would expanding. Condensing is when you take several long terms and you work in the opposite direction to get this down to one log term. And again, the steps that I normally go through is look for any exponents or numbers that used to be exponents and put those back. And then go through and moving left to right, do any multiplication or division. It does not matter which one comes first. So for example, on this one, I would first look for numbers that used to be exponents. Those are going to be found in front, so I will need to put those back. Okay. So what I have now is log of 9 plus log of 2 to the third minus log of 3. Okay. Now, 2 to the third we can work out. If it's something you can work out or evaluate, go ahead and do that. So I'm going to rewrite that as log of 8 because 2 to the third is equal to 8. Okay? Now moving left to right, I'm just going to combine the terms 2 at a time. These first two terms are separated by addition, so I will put those back together with multiplication. So that will become log of 72. Now I'm down to two terms. These two terms are separated with subtraction, which means it used to be a division problem. And so I will put those back together with division, and 72 divided by 3 will give me log of 24. That is the condensed version of my original problem. Now, this one is exactly the same, but just so you know, natural log, it doesn't matter the rules, the properties work exactly the same as natural log.